welcome to Robot Carnage Heat E of Series 3. Last week, Atomic powered on through the heat alongside Rickroll, who hasn't given up yet. Let's see who will be singing in the arena tonight. Previous Champions Flatline seeded 5th and with determination to claim the title back for themselves. And Elf 2, who relied on luck last year to earn the 12th seed, has got much more to prove this time around.
Tonight sees the return of Flatline, previous champions who were taken out by Ice 2, who then went on to win the previous series. They'll be wanting revenge, but in order to do that, they're going to have to get past their first challenger.
From Somerset, Flatline.
Winners of the first series, back with a stronger flipper and drive motors to give it an advantage. But still, that back end is vulnerable and the electronics are still exposed.
From Glasgow, what's the catch?
Based on a piranha with a taste for scrap, this clamped smotherbot has no active weapon and no way to self-right if flipped over. That's the catch with this design.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
See if Flatline still has what it takes to go all the way. Pushing and flipping! What's the catch? Over! Almost like a barrel roll in the air. What's the catch? With its jaws open, pushing Flatline around. And what's the catch? Doesn't have much of a self-righter, so if Flatline can get underneath him just like that, they'll be able to end the fight. And just a little bit of testing the waters, as it were. What's the catch? Running into the walls. Never seen a clamp bot such as this. And Flatline underneath and nearly getting what's the catch over. Stuck up into the corner and throwing them upside down. And they're close to the arena wall. Will Flatline manage to get them out of the arena? They've done it! Flatline absolutely dominating the fight. Through what's the catch, over and out of the arena. Flatline move on to the next round.
Cease.
Flatline claims another out of the arena with what's the catch thrown back into the pond. With them through, can our other seeds do the same?
From Aberdeen, Elf 2.
Completely redesigned with 4-wheel drive and a large lifting weapon. They want to show they don't need luck to get far in the competition, but victory could be fiction with those exposed wheels.
From Sheffield, Protosynthesis.
Axe-wielding mix of materials is this robot. Large wheels and quick across the floor. Axe looks a bit weak for my liking.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Elf used a lot of luck last time, so let's see if this new design will actually help them. Little swing of the axe from Protosynthesis there. And Elf 2 seems to be a little too fast for its own goods, going in for a spin, and Protosynthesis using that axe. Elf 2 could have used that lifter there, but didn't. There it was. But now being controlled by Protosynthesis. It's almost like they're just sort of using it as a battering ram rather than a lifter. Good back and forth. Pushing match and now over the edge of the pits, but at least it's not down. And Protosynthesis going in with the axe. And running back into the walls and again now using the lifter as a shield. Good tactics this. More spinning around the arena walls. And again, Protosynthesis in the back of Elf and now into the side, actually attacking the lifter arm. And Elf deflecting them away. And back into the pit, and now Elf 2 are on the edge of the pit! Will Protosynthesis get them in? And Elf 2 are in the pit! Protosynthesis slammed into the pit release button and pushed Elf 2 over the edge. And then it was just a matter of time as Protosynthesis lined itself up and shoved the seeding machine down into the pit. Elf 2 into the redemption, and Protosynthesis move on to fight Flatline.
Cease.
Outdriven and pitted, Elf 2's hopes are slowly fading. Protosynthesis will move on to fight Flatline. They're not a fan of axes, so best tactic will be to end the fight as soon as possible before seeing Elf 2 take on What's the Catch.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Flatline are weak to axes, which means they're gonna have to try and end this fight quickly, but it's not happening. Protosynthesis controlling the fight, getting that axe in between the lifter and the body of Flatline, and now taking them for the side. Flatline are gonna have to try and find a weakness, got underneath them but didn't use the flipper, but didn't do anything, and now lifted them up, and now Protosynthesis is on its top, trying to self-right. Flatline got underneath, nearly got them over the barrier, and then Protosynthesis fell, trying to self-right immediately, but didn't work. The axe isn't powerful enough to flip the entire machine back over, and Protosynthesis being counted out. Over and done with, exactly what Flatline wanted, and they move on to the semi-finals.
Cease.
A win for Flatline sends them straight into the semi-finals. Protosynthesis will have one last chance to progress, but before that is the elf against the fish. This is for the second chance.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Two completely different builds of robots. Neither of them have actually used their weapon yet, so this fight could be interesting for at least one of them to show off what they can do. And Elf 2, really cautious. This design is definitely an improvement, but hasn't really shown what it might be able to do. The lifter went up, and now shoving What's the Catch back, and now activating the pit as it goes down and very nearly in. Very nearly in, Elf. You're going to have to be a little bit more careful than that. Pinning What's the Catch into the barrier and slamming into it afterwards. What's the Catch still sort of chasing them around. Up goes the lifter again. And Elf 2 really close to the pit. They love being close to the pit. Careful, you might fall in. And you're the seeded machine here, which means you're the favourite. So hopefully no silly mistakes. And there was the lifting, clamping jaw of What's the Catch. Nearly gotten a bite, and now got a bite! Briefly held onto Elf 2 there. And again, biting onto them, controlling the fight, holding them, nearly getting out of the arena. And another shove back from Elf 2. Both of them are being very aggressive here, and that clamping jaw is definitely coming into play now. And now holding Elf 2, and go, oh! Nearly into the pit. So close. Nearly went in. So What's the Catch? We'll maybe try again this time. Pushing Elf 2 into the barrier. Both of them know that pit is open, so one of them might be able to get them, and Elf now grabbed and then pitted by What's the Catch? What's the Catch came in, grabbed them at the back. The teeth came down, locked on, pulling Elf 2 away from the barrier, turned around, and then shoved the four-wheel drive bulldozer machine into the pit. Great display. What's the Catch? Move on.
Cease.
What's the Catch sunk its teeth into Elf 2 and spat them out down the pit. That new design wasn't looking for them at all, was it? Now for the last fight of the night. Protosynthesis against What's the Catch. Both newcomers with a lot to show, so who has the power to make it through?
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Time to see who makes it through with Flatlines. A bit of a stalemate. Protosynthesis hammering down on the eyeball of What's the Catch. Head to head, bringing in the axe again. Almost trying to blind the piranha fish. And again, Protosynthesis is lower at the front. Now going for the other eye. And What's the Catch pinning Protosynthesis into the corner. Hand away again. Good pushing match here. Jaws went up, but nothing were in. Going again for another attack. Protosynthesis attacking What's the Catch from behind, pushing it against the barrier and using that axe very well. And now the tyre of the pit release has just gone down, and What's the Catch? I've just backed into the pit! The pit was there. What's the Catch had one wheel over it, and unfortunately couldn't do anything. Backed in, and Protosynthesis
Cease.
move on. What's the Catch sinks to the bottom of the ocean with Protosynthesis hacking through to the semi-finals. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe if you enjoy the show. And join us next week where 6th Seeds Trillium and 11th Seeds Minus's Cat will get to dig their claws into Hedge and Happy Slap.